Light Collective, back at it with another live stream. All right, I don't know about you guys. I'm glad I made it. All right, thank you for clicking on another video. If that's you returning, much love and light. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome just the same. Much love and light to you. And hopefully, either way, you guys, you get something out of the session. All right. I'm grateful to be here. I'm just going to slide into these piles. Love and light, eat me. Because your girl fought a good fight to get here, and I'm just going to honor the fact that I made it, the divinity that assisted me to do just that by going and just really getting to the nitty gritty to deliver these messages, because that's why I came, you guys. I really do hope you get something out of it, regardless of which pile resonates. We have three tonight. I don't have any markers, but the overarching energy, okay, coming from the tarot, is this Temperance card energy. Okay, beautiful, divine assistance type of ish. Okay, but it's also a card of really what you make of it. Okay, and I do see the World card popping out underneath. Could be some significance LGBTQ plus community. Kind of wanted to give like I don't know, she they vibes, right? Doesn't have to be the case, but really it's talking about closing out cycles and with balance, right? With clarity, with satiety, even is another word that comes to mind. Love and light, Fiona. Okay, so and kind of coinciding with this, I don't believe I really got to actually deliver this one, you guys. And I haven't had Chinese in a minute, so that's telling of really some time that's passed. Okay, I'm not unmindful of that. I'm doing my best. Okay, so thank you for those that have been getting the watch hours up. Thank you for those that will tip and donate. All right, every little thing helps. Every little thing around these parts. Okay, so much love and light, and thank you, thank you, thank you. And this one states this time around, you guys, if you want people to like yourself first. All right, really can't work too well if that's not the prerequisite. So that makes sense. Okay, friendly reminder from your spiritual guidance team, from the universe, as it were, which is always, always speaking, you guys. Are you paying attention, and are you deciphering the code? Perhaps might be more of less than often asked question. Okay, you might want to just circle back around just for maintenance purposes, right? Check yourself before you wreck yourself kind of vibes. Are you checked in? Are you grateful? Are you aware of what's being said to you, right? Etc. All right. Now, I did entitle the session Love Guidance, dot, 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 right? But here's the sit, you guys. Pile number one, not really so much about from one lover to the next, okay, unless you're talking about you with you, interestingly enough, which kind of tickled me. Like, I love to talk about this stuff. I love to assist with people straightening the beautiful crowns that, at times can be weighty upon the head, right? So that's really what we're talking about, referable to pile number one. Okay, so if that seems like it may resonate, it may, right? That's how it works. Okay, pile number two is really talking about just revamping aspects or gaining clarity, dare I say, on same aspects of morals, okay, moral high ground even, and really connecting that back to the inner self, referable to what does and or perhaps does not make you tick. All right, so if that sounds like something of some significance that may resonate, it may. Okay, and lastly but certainly not least, collectively, we've got pile number three coming out here. And this is really, I don't mind me because I might have a couple giggles because I cannot believe the message. I mean, stranger things have happened, you guys, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon because we're not really on pile number three yet. But long story short, pile number three is kind of giving one of those, like, I don't know, Seinfeld comes to mind. Seinfeld episodes where it's like, so and so's checking all these boxes, but she's got man hands or something odd like that, right? Is really kind of what's lurking around pile number three, energetically, of course, not literally, physically, unless that's your thing or your booze thing. All right. But I digress. So let me get off of that before I let too much out. But you guys, I'm mindful of the hour, and I do really appreciate you guys coming on. I see there are a few of us in here, and only one of you so far has hit the like on the channel video. And so I'd really like to ask you to just kind of think over that again. Is that really, do you just not want to click? If that's the case, could you just let me know why, right? I'm really just trying to do some market research here, just to figure out, what really is allowing for my collective, as it were, to tick or not so much, okay? Because I see one person hit the like on the video so far, and I won't take it personal, but I will also take the clarity if you would be so kind enough to afford it to me as to why. All right. And thank you for those that actually just thought, you know what, I just didn't think about it. Let me just go ahead and thank you so much, because that's just as amazing. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not unmindful that I'm not done learning. So any clarity, right? I definitely will comb through for to receive, okay, whatever comments and maybe even constructive, of course, criticisms that you may have, okay. As we kind of not only learn and grow the channel, but learn and grow ourselves together, and then of course separately and apart. All right, makes sense that I should be mindful to be mindful, right? Not only just tapped in. Okay, so thank you for those that do come on and you do participate. You do spread your love light. Gosh, it's much needed, much appreciated. In case anyone here wondered, all right, even if you got nothing from no one but your girl, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you existing. I appreciate the fact that you didn't give up when you wanted to and you had valid reasons that probably you should have, but you know what I mean? So I see you, and I'm here to hear you just the same. Okay. Much love and light, and thank you guys. There could be some significance to, I say tongue in cheek, the number 33, all right, which is namely Yeshua's and or ascended master type of angelic code. Okay. Definitely in assistance to you. All right. So tap in. Man hands. Yep, Fiona. All right, so we're gonna start with ringing the bell here, since you guys did me a solid and came in and did the darn thing already, with getting those likes up and being present and aware and participating. I appreciate you. So let's get into your cards, unless that's not really why you came. That's okay too. Either way, you guys, I really appreciate those that can hanging out. All right, it is a bright spot in my day or night whenever I can fit it in, that's for sure. And also, it is my intent you get a little something out of this, and maybe even all the piles. It is what you make of it there too, I suppose, right? So open your mind, open your heart space, and let's dig in a little. And don't worry, I'm sure we got a few laughs to have tonight, if I do say so myself. And if you can't tell already, I'm ready to laugh, right? Laughter is medicine, you guys. How needed is that? My goodness. All right, love and light, Sag girl. All right, so if you guys have questions, the bell has rung. If you don't have anything right now, I will again ring the bell. No worries. We have 3 whole piles to get through tonight. I've gone ahead and pulled all of the cards just to streamline things. And no worries there. I can get started if you'd like to take a moment, even just to figure out what the heck do you even want to ask, perhaps. Perhaps maybe you need some more clarity about what you should ask on the other side of some of these piles tonight as well. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to check the box one more time. And if not, I will again ring the bell. No worries. Okay, Love and Light Collective. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so pile number 1. Again, this one isn't really talking about from lover to lover necessarily. Okay. But this is talking about someone who maybe just has been so worked up. Okay. It's like you're trying to be positive, you're trying to be on top of things, you're trying to add things even to your to do list, because not only are you a realist, but you're actually a hustler, right? You're actually building. Love and Light 8 Pink. I will again ring the bell, so please sit tight and just hang out for a few more moments. Thank you. I didn't see your question prior to getting into pile number 1, which has already started, which may have something in it for you as well, 8 Pink. Much love and light. Okay. And so someone here, just anxiety, maybe even the schedule, maybe, imbalance with sleeping, eating type of schedules. Maybe even someone here, not that I'm diagnosing, has some form of disorder. This could be digestive tract, not just what you were thinking. Heck, it could even just be OCD kind of thing, right? Or some of those food disorders as well. Doesn't have to be the case, but somebody here could have taken a taxi, Uber, Lyft, a Waymo, okay, and you had a little incident, huh? Okay, where you felt like you almost did perhaps, or maybe you caught it in a bag of sorts, okay. But somebody here could have actually vomited recently on the go and quite unexpectedly so. And, if this is you, you definitely want to check in and ground down your central nervous system specifically. Okay. So you want to look at things that have a somatic base to them, whether it's simply stretching and or yoga. Um, you definitely want to use sound healing frequencies as you please to assist with, really kind of calming down and assisting your meridians to kind of like assist you as well. There's a lot that goes into even, aspects of emotion, which aren't always, for those wondering, your own emotions, though you're feeling them quite nicely. I know, right? So you have to be mindful to do that preventative maintenance as well. It's like, is this even mine just because I'm feeling it? Just because I'm alchemizing this, transmuting it, is this coming from me, or is this from Sally down the street who's upset because my man looks better than hers, right? Like, you gotta find out sometimes. Depending on who I'm reading for, you should find out, right? Whether the girl's name is Sally or not, whether the girl's a girl or not, right? You know how this works by now, collective, right? And if you're new to the channel, my goodness, if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to shoot an email if you have any questions referable to anything seen, heard, or channeled through this session or any. All right, I'm not unmindful that, we're all somewhere on the path, but for the most part, it's giving pile number one, and you resonate with this. That's part of the frustration. It's like, you know better. You've been working the program. You know how to alchemize and transmute. You know how to manifest. Okay, you could even be experiencing heart palpitations. Now, if that's you, and if you have been also inhaling caffeinated drinks or other types of caffeinated drinks, basically, right? You need to chill out. You need to cleanse. Okay, maybe even some aspects of detox and or fasting might assist you. Of course, I'm not a doctor. Maybe you want to check with one before you put yourself into some form of shock, right? Physically or emotionally or otherwise. Just saying. Okay, this is giving heavy maintenance is required at this time. Not a doom and gloom message, but if you know that you've been literally physically experiencing ailments on the strength of being outside of the realm of balance, you got to get back in balance, honey. And so there's only but so much you can do to avoid that. And I feel like you've run out on that end of things too. So high time you just get to work and face facts, right? Maybe you will have to be in bed for a couple days, and that's okay. Stranger things have happened, all right? Because you want to kind of do that in a controlled manner, all right? And instead of having to wait on the back end where ish really hits the fan, maybe even physically, not even proverbially, and then you literally have to lay it down for a few days or weeks or more, right? Nobody wants that. If you're still here with me, your higher self doesn't want that as well. So please take a listen here, all right? And just check. Is that you? Should you ground down? Should you have less caffeine or whatever? Dot dot dot. Make it make sense for you, okay? But whomever I'm speaking to, just the same collective member, resonating with pound number one, you are building something beautiful. It's giving a legacy. Okay, you could be seeing the number 28 recently, or even 2828. All right, which really, also kind of dumbs down into, no disrespect, but 1010, endings and new beginnings, all at once simultaneously, right? And I get that. That alone can be dizzying. That alone can be jarring to the point where maybe you do have to vomit. Maybe you do demand a detox, even from the world or social media, okay? And you're saying to yourself, I don't have the time. It doesn't make sense. I'm building. I am CEO. I am vision. I am legacy. I am legend, right? Maybe there's some significance to that movie or that the book, if that's also a book. It is also okay to ask for guidance here when the way is unclear. Okay, so maybe at your root, you're fearing that you'll never gain the clarity. Okay, now here's the sitch. If you're focusing on never gaining the clarity, Isn't that getting in the way of the clarity that you could just be focusing on coming to you, though? Like, make it, like, yeah, you could work hard, but smarten it up a bit so you're not vomiting. You know what I mean? Whether in an Uber, taxi, a Waymo, or whatnot, okay? Because you deserve to keep your wits about you in spite of the unknown, okay? And be the best version of yourself always starts on the day that you find yourself. Okay, so there's no pressure. Okay, if you're looking to Susan or James or Mr. Ramos, okay, and you're looking at their work of art, their timeline, their incarnation, their lane, their position, their title, isn't that getting in the way of what you've got going on? Especially if you're building it, right? Which makes sense. It's high time you should be building a lot of something because you're building new earth anyhow. Makes sense. See how it's all tying in. Okay. So please, it's kind of giving, take the pressure off. Ask your spirit guides for clarity. All right. Your spirit guide can lead you, but they're not able to do, they're not coded to do, they're not going to do all the work for you. So there's that, okay? But if you're fearing like you can't do the part that you're here to play, that's silly, okay? I think that might be getting in the way of some stuff there too for you. And next thing you know, you're delaying the inevitable, which is the success, the win, the legacy, the wealth. Yeah, 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 yeah. You may be feeling lost, right? But feelings too can lie. Okay? So please don't make feelings like they're etched in stone, written in the gospel somewhere, some freaking divine right and rule. That's not always the case. And good thing. How many times have you felt, oh, so and so's really mad? And they were like, no, honey, I was busy. Oh, no, sweetie, I was at work. And you know what? My phone was in the car that night. By the time I got home, I passed out. And next morning at my shift, I didn't get a chance until right now that we're speaking to even clear anything up. I had no idea you were thinking that. Whole time you're like, I really feel like, gosh, they really hate me. I can feel it. Like, next thing you know, you're getting bubble guts and stuff, right? And it's like, no, you're doing that. Shh, shh, shh. Calm it down. Calm the chaos, right? If you're going to be the storm, cool, but be in control of it, right? Chaos or not, be in control. See where I'm going with that? Okay. So reparenting yourself is coming out here is something that will assist you with your win from you to you. Again, not from a lover to another, unless again you're talking about you, whether you're talking about the parent version of you to the child version of you, or the masculine version of you to the feminine version of you, irregardless of the physical meat suit that you are currently embodying. Makes sense? Okay. So reparenting will assist you with any kind of victim consciousness that you may find. It's like maybe you've been attempted, keyword, okay, to be coded. For what? Oh, to fear. Oh, and to be the victim. That's silly. I mean, you are divine royalty. You are divinity in a meat suit. Okay, having a human-like experience at best. You can't even just be human. Having just a human, you can't even just be human. So fix your consciousness on that one. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause ain't no victim here. You could be named Victor all you want. That's fine, well and good. Victim, not on the menu. Okay? So here's the kicker. We're talking about this because somebody may be actively, I mean, I'm not here to word curse, I'm here to correct. Course correct comes to mind. And because you can, all right, so this is why we're talking about it. Not because it's doom and gloom and you can't, and I'm here with popcorn chewing on it somewhere and laughing at you. No, okay? Definitely not laughing. Okay. Here's the stitch though. You are not to be doing this. Self-sabotage, not for the win, not for you, not cool, not on the menu. Don't be that one. Collective member for pal number one. Okay. So serious. And here's the other kicker, which, I'm not coming for you. Okay. I am just the messenger, right? But like I also can read the energy and the angelic code and the warnings, right? And I'm like, okay, I have to relay this. So this might feel like I'm on my high horse. We're all somewhere on the path, honey. I feel like I started this session saying something to that effect because that's the truth, right? So there's that. Also, we're talking about big ish because this angelic code of number 8 really talks about being in the direct will and alignment of source energy, the divinity within you, as well as the divinity that backs you. It's alignment, it's infinity, perhaps, it's abundance, definitely. Legacy wealth, right? Makes sense. Okay, so stop procrastinating on doing this work, please, and thank you. Don't really know however else I can more plainly state that, but it's looking, my goodness, it might be smelling too by now that your body is really also trying to get your attention about this. So we've got angelic realm assistance. We started out even with Yeshua, okay, with that beautiful 33 energy. We're talking about legacy wealth 28, or even reducing down to 8 on the other side of 1010, endings, new beginnings simultaneously, all trying to get your attention to what? The many options. Ain't no victim here. Whether guy, girl, what have you. Okay, so please and thank you, do not forget now, because again, with this 8 talking about procrastination, all right, and you maybe could have had 8 of coins, but we're looking at the 7. All right, we're looking at the 7 because ain't nobody thwarting you all the way off the path in spite of any delays, self-sabotage connected or not, right? So please don't forget now, pound number 1. All right, it is what you make of it. Don't be that one that says, you know what, let's get stuck on the fact that this is still at the 7. Are you afraid of success? Is that what's going on? Are you scared to actually be like the magnanimous you that can't hide anymore and that everyone knows about because they're trying to figure out your next move because they want to be like you, perhaps, and it's getting weighty. You'd rather hide in the shadows. Well, this is new earth and you're co-creating it. Ain't no hiding in the shadows here, honey. And congratulations, 2121 to you, reducing down to another 33. You're too supported to feel that oppressed. So if you're feeling that oppressed, probably stop detaching from the actual reality of what's going on. Don't fall prey to the illusion that goes like, you're not tapped in, you can't hear from God, goddess, from source, you don't have intuition, you're not able to trust your intuition, right? That would be the illusion, that would be the falsity, okay? Especially in New Earth. And gosh, you made it all the way here, okay? Like, if that don't show you tangible evidence of your capability, as well as simultaneously the divinity within you and upon you that backs you and is not against you, I don't know exactly what more I would need to say, but I do know you would have a lot more work cut out for you than maybe I realized before starting out the session. I don't want you to be that one. I'm not projecting that. You should be the one. If anything, honey, but I'm saying, please don't be that one. And if you're going to fight tonight, I want you to fight with your faith muscles flexed. Get stubborn in your faith if you gotta. But stubbornness left, to abandon, not on the menu. Okay, you got to be purposeful in all you do here in this new earth. Love and light to you as well, Sky. So options you got. Victim, you are not. Okay, pile number 1. I'm so serious, right? And as you kind of get with the programming here, you're going to see, oh, yeah, I'm so serious. The divine's so serious too. Your higher selves are serious too, because you didn't give up and you tried again. You tried differently, because trying again always ain't it. Makes sense? Welcome, like Freaky J. Welcome, you guys. Welcome in. Trying just ain't it. Sometimes you got to try differently, especially after trying a few times. Otherwise, you're kind of in that insanity loop, doing the same over and over and over again, trying the same over and over and over again, getting the same half-assed results, or not at all, right? Gone are those days. Gone are those days, right? Now, here's the switch pile number 1. We're not talking love, are we? I know, because we're talking about the bag and what you're going to put in it, okay? You don't want to jump into the love arena, all right, without fully putting all of your love light, all right, consciously, and dare I say effortlessly, into you first. Okay, because that's going to mean that you're ready for the one that will treat you the way that you do. Okay, and ain't nobody got time for you settling for anything less. So you go on ahead, whether guy, girl, what have you, honey bun, pile number 1. and you get that bag unapologetically because it is part and parcel of your love story. Ooh, I love that for you. Love and money. Some people just get one or the other or none. Not you, pal number one. Don't get it twisted. All right. So please don't fall to the negative thinking. Don't be that one that participates willingly, especially now that you know, right? We have to talk about it because I didn't even show you all the tarot here. So we just the messenger, but we got to talk about it. Okay. Um, and don't be that one that practices and performs this, because here's what's gonna happen. Spirit's saying when this card came out in this horizontal manner, all right, and most of you know, but I'll just quickly explain for me as a reader. Not that I'm just a reader, just saying. When this comes out horizontally, it's talking about stagnation, something getting in the way, something not so easy. It's not in a flow state, right? If anything, it's the anti-flow state, okay? And we've got this death card. Well, we've already been talking about endings, new beginnings simultaneously. Don't it look like, feel like that? Stop not embracing it though, right? Now, this is not a doom and gloom message. To be clear, it's not a message to unalive yourself or anyone or anything, okay? This is really talking about some spiritual dark night of the soul, perhaps. Some may call it the spiritual purge. All right. Not really, loosely based off of that ideology, I suppose, when you willingly do what is termed shadow work, you guys. Okay. Facing self to self. Again, that is loving. All right. And that is part for the course. I feel like it's a prerequisite for all to properly enter into a loving, caring connection that is properly entered into. I said what I said. All right. How are you going to say, hey, so and so, come here and love all of me when you only know 41% of you, ma'am, sir, Bob, sis, Brenda? Okay. Like, what are you talking about? Because then what are you going to do? Wait till the person comes and says, you know what, honey, here's the thing. Over in that 89th percent of your R's, there's something kind of toxic. You'd be like, what? You only know the 41%. Didn't even know you had an 89th anything, and that it was located in your left rear quarter panel. Whatever, right? Make it make sense. How embarrassing, too, right? Like, it'd be like, I had no idea that was there. Then what? Oh, all of a sudden you're just going to do all the work? That's not fair, right? Especially now that we're talking about it, that's an option for you to do the work. You should be like, yes, that's the thing I'm going to do. All right. I get if you're already entangled and or inside of a connection that's caring and loving, you should still never stop learning and growing your soul. And that is most assuredly inclusive of who you are versus who you are not. Guess what? Sometimes those truths change as well. So get ready and face it. Face it all unapologetically and lovingly, of course, right? But face it, because if not, here's a sitch. This is you perpetually to the end, right? Who wants that? I mean, is it giving, wow, we got the golden ticket? Is it giving we're going to Disneyland? Is it giving my favorite songs playing on the radio? Nothing. You got nothing, right? Disappointment maybe, and a few cups, whether they're filled with tears or alcohol or sodies, right? Nothing good, nothing great here, okay? So please don't be that one. Please don't self sabotage, okay? You are building your dreams, you are building legacy wealth, you are building your fortune, as well as that Fortune 500 romance of a lifetime that actually means something, that actually is something beyond what you'll see in the media and still holds true with weight, okay, to its level of authenticity. You want that. You don't want to settle and miss out on that, okay? You don't want to miss out on the best version of you either, part number one, okay? And for those saying, well, definitely not there yet. Well, same deal. You definitely aren't where you first were. So it is what you make of it. Can't you give yourselves grace enough to celebrate the journey? What are you going to do? Wait till you get to the destination? How would you know when you even got there, right? If you weren't paying attention, if you weren't grateful to make the journey even easier than maybe even originally penned in the stars, okay? Easier than most folks who see where you're going want it to be for you, right? Seriously, make it make sense for you. And make it easier, would you? Okay, you deserve that. It's okay to trust in you and believe in you. You know how I know it's okay? Because the divine trusts you and believes in you, pal number one. You think they have to? Hell no. Ain't no way. That's why they talk about both in the religious and spiritual communities. Many are called, few are chosen. Here's the sitch. A lot of people aren't chosen because they couldn't keep up with the level of discipline, the level of passion, the level of purity that it takes in heart and beyond, of course, including spirit, to really maintain the programming to be next leveled up as a highlighted chosen. I'll say it that way. And really, you can always tell a chosen. They don't have to really walk around touting themselves as such. It's obvious from one to the next. I see you. Pile number one. And anyone making sense of this, I see you. Love and light. Okay. So that's what we have for pile number one. The bell has again rung. And I do know a pink. We have your question in the chat. I'll scroll back. Okay. Oh, that was quick. We got a maybe coming out. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. That was so quick, though. Let me see here. A pink. Oh. Second maybe card. Ooh. So we got a no. All right. After two maybes. But let me back this up here. So the first maybe was the Six of Swords. And the second, the Fool card. Lastly, the no card, Three of Swords. I'm just getting that I kind of want to make the 6 with the 3 into the 9 of Swords. I don't want to ask you to get out of your head about things so much, if that makes sense. I think once you get into the flow state, you'll become more, you'll either slow down a little bit, even mentally, let alone emotionally, and or you'll allow things to, you'll allow enough time. It's almost like you're like, you don't want to get hurt, which who wants to sign up to get hurt? Obviously, nobody in their right mind. So I get that, right? But it's almost like you're trying to compartmentalize everything. Like, okay, like I'm just going to give like this amount of conversations, this amount of days, time, and then make my decision before I get hurt. And it's like, that's not necessarily the best way because you can miss out on some really great people that way. And also like you need to check into like what you're feeling referable to the person's energy, not just what you think could happen. Well, they look good on paper. Well, if they work here, then maybe if I do that, then in 2.5 years we could have this amount of money to do. And it's like you don't even know like all aspects of their viewpoints on other areas of life, right? Like it's like, and they might be important, especially if you're going to make children, right? Like it's like politics comes to mind. Not that I'm like one of those, but could you imagine if you had to find out on the back end, like after the kids are out and everything, that like some moral ground could never be met between you and this person. And it's like now you have kids kind of thing, right? I don't know why that's all coming out, but this swords energy is really talking about the mental state on the other side of you calming down and like really just being grounded and maybe even like slower about making decisions, especially when it comes to like potential candidates for love. There actually is an offer that comes in. And even then, it's not giving like, you know, how like I don't know, a Lifetime movie offer might look on screen or like the best. I don't really know what movie to say because I don't really do romance like that. But like I almost said Pretty Woman and I was like, no, I don't think, unless you're talking about that shopping spree, I don't think that was too much of an offer like that either. But so I didn't want to say Pretty Woman, but you know, like in I don't know, like when they make it all romantical and it's all like magical, it's like, oh my god, like oh, I just kind of like once I realized the hard way, like, oh, that's actually like folklore. No, let me stop. Let me stop, you guys. But you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, here, a pink. Slow it down, referable to the mental state, and get into the flow state. And people that are actually candidates for your heart space will become more clearer. Long story short, okay. If no one has any other questions, I'm just gonna head into pile number 2. We're at 3353. And I will again ring the bell, no worries, you guys. So pile number 2, okay? You're dating, all right? I'm getting that you are feminine energy, okay? You may not be in a physical female meat suit, right? You may also be though, like just saying, okay, just to be clear. But you are in the process of trying to upgrade your life, which makes sense, okay? And obviously you're part of the collective. This also makes sense. You're very welcome, A Pink. My apologies, you guys. The chat box might be lagged tonight. Forgive me. It's not me just being like hastily moving through it. It's just not. I don't know. I just got like a reply from A Pink, so you guys bear with. It might be the connectivity on my part. Okay. Um. So long story short, pile number two. You are intending to be intentional, right? Inclusive of your dating life, and I get that. However, I don't know if this is new and or you're simply I don't know. It feels like you're learning as well as growing and mature. I know this is. I want to take my nose off. Forgive me, you guys. Yikes. Okay. Um. This is so like I'm like seriously. Like I'm just gonna start scrubbing my nose, you guys. I'm just gonna be like, or maybe use a scrubber part. Like it's so itchy. Okay, don't mind me. All right. So pound number two. All seriousness, right? So you're like intending to be that better person, to be like more mature, but also like with the intent of like, listen, I need much more higher quality, suitors out of the deal. Okay. Here's the sitch. The divine almost always uses things that gets our attention because, makes it easier for us to have our attention caught. Okay. If we're already like kind of thrown it there anyway. And so usually we'll learn lessons more times than maybe we'd like to admit, right? Um, oh, thanks, Sky. I know it's really just a witchy thing, but thank you. I really can't scrub it away. That's why it's funny. But so long story short, okay, you are needing to kind of check your perspective about things. It's like you're on the right path, right? And I feel like overall your heart is good. Okay. So I don't see anybody like trying to be shisty. Like it's like, I'm not getting, I feel like you get accused of being that type of gold digging kind of energy where it's like, listen, if you don't make such and such bank, I can't even treat you like a human being kind of thing. And it's like, no, that's not fair. However, when you're talking about having like an actual partner who's like an actual candidate to like assist you with either building and or maintaining a legacy wealth or, whatever you got going, right? Maybe you got kids and okay, I want to leave something to them kind of thing. Like this ain't playing no house kind of vibes, right? Like we're, if I'm going to have a partner, they should be contributing and not draining, right? Makes sense. Okay. And so of course that should make sense inclusively of the finances, connected to the relationship, the household, etc., right? And so maybe you get like confused with being like bougie to some degree. Like you want more, almost being perceived as like, well, you want more than what you bring to the table. And it's like, wait a minute, because first of all, there's so many ways that spiritual wealth can be misconstrued, right? But at the same time, high key, the whole entire time, spiritual wealth trumps any other kind of wealth. And that's the same kind of wealth that even the wealthy, as it were, get disgruntled, I'll say it that way, upon being reminded that they can't buy that kind of wealth. Spiritual wealth, nah, it ain't for sale, could never be. All right. So, maybe you get kind of tossed around a little bit in the sense of, you're looking at this kind of class of suitors. I almost want to say men. I feel like this is like a female talking about men, but so forgive me if it slips out. But I'm reading the energy. So either way, feminine energy, right? Um, and it's like, lately you've been kind of grappling with like, okay, should I just stick to the men that have the type of material aspects, material gains, um, and have that be something that is more overarched in priority than much anything else connected to a love connection relationship, right? So this may be, you know, how some might say somebody's giving up on love as long as they got the bag, kind of thing, right? But you know, at the end of the day, that's not all the way sitting well with your spirit, is it? Right? And so this is why we're talking about this pond number two, because apparently, you know, and I did ask spirit for the messages to come out for those that really needed to hear a little something, something. And you know, we're all going through a little something here, right? So maybe some aspects, not all of one pile to the next, may resonate. Just take what resonates, you guys, okay? And maybe you have found yourself in some precarious positions, no pun intended here, pile number two, right? Because it's like, well, so and so had that car, well, so and so had tickets to such and such, well, so and so. And so now you're being asked, okay, because you're still in underway of this ascension program, makes sense. We're here to learn and grow our souls. You're not really here to stop ever doing that. And now is a pivotal moment because you're currently co creating new earth energy with source, with divinity, okay? So, knowing who you are versus who you are not, very important as well as integral at this part. Okay. And so, this is also part and parcel why you're being asked to look at this, not simply and solely because of who and what you are dating. Okay. But because it all reflects back into your purpose as to why you're here in this particular timeline and dispensation. Building, co-creating new earth. Makes sense? Okay. And new earth is very much conscious based. That's why we can't really talk about it being, oh, we hopped from one rock to the next and now this is new earth, right? You know, it's like, oh, this was old England, now this is new. Like, it's not that. Okay. This is consciousness based. Okay. When we're talking this new earth, for those that weren't aware. Okay. And going back to this heavy vein tonight, from one pile to the next, apparently, the stagnation card, okay, I want to say it that way because it came out in the horizontal manner, and really countering with tribulation, is talking about courage. There's some aspect of courage that you need to kind of conjure up in yourself, about facing your truth, about your priorities regarding love versus materialism, even. Maybe there is some religious stigma connected to this. Like, it's like, oh no, like if you're God's people, you're not to be wealthy, you're not to be shiny and, walking around smelling good, looking good, feeling good, right? Okay, stranger things have happened. There are really some people out there to this day of that mindset. Okay, as sad as that literally is, it's a fact. Okay, long story short, but you're being asked not necessarily to focus on that, but to focus on what you got going to stabilize, because yes, you can. All right, so now you are in this current dispensation to be mindful of how people, places, things, and mindsets make you feel, how they assist you or they do not, and you are to make a decision accordingly as to what gets to stay. All right. If something does not assist you, if something does, in fact, take from you and does make you feel bad, you are very much in charge to say it does not stay. It is no longer a thought I think. It is no longer a feeling I wish to entertain. And you may have to say that over and over and over again. And you may have to raise that boundary up with yourself and others over and over and over again. But it is very much supposed to be taking place at this time, whether with you, simply from you to you, like we spoke about in pile number one, and or with others. Okay. And there are many connected to pile number two. So you take it the way that it resonates for you, but please don't act like you don't know what's being said here. Okay. Right? I mean, this is about you, your life, your timeline, your benefits, your rewards, right? And your love, your loving, caring connection with self as well, right? As others. All right, so big stuff. Listen to the voice within when it persists. Okay, now maybe it's saying something that you don't like. Okay, but here's the sitch. Gone are the days where you band-aid up so much you can't even hear what the heck that voice was. And you're just rocking with it. You're just rocking with the energy. You're just moping around. Don't even know why you're moping. You're just, I feel it. Oh, I don't know. Don't even want to finish the sentence of how you feel because you just don't want to feel. Get over it by feeling through it and dismissing it accordingly if that's what you deem fit on the other side of realizing, hey, this ain't for me. This is draining me. This don't even make any sense. This ain't even mine. All right. Do you know how many people are projecting thoughts, feelings, and emotions onto you, perhaps? All right. Stranger things have happened. Just saying, you guys, be mindful. Keep your own energy with you and protect it. Okay? If you know that you are giving your energy to people, places, and things that are draining you, that's on you, baby, once you find that out. All right? I don't know how else to say it. It's not me being mean or bullying you, it's just the facts, babe. All right? And when you face them, you too shall see them. Okay? So please listen to the voice when it persists. Is it saying something that's great? Oh, here's the other thing. Is it saying something that's great and you still want to kind of dismiss it? Don't be that one. All right? You own up to your wins. You own up to your strengths. You're so quick to do it when people want to point out your weaknesses. Oh yeah, that's me. Ha ha ha. Let's make jokes about it too. I'll go on stand up and talk. Yeah, I don't really have the best fill in the blank, right? But then when it comes to like something that you really just rocked, right? That you really just, it's like, wow, you just didn't give up, and that's literally the only reason why like you got to that finish line, maybe even literally, right? Celebrate. Talk about it, right? People might not want to hear you talk about it. Talk about it anyhow. Why? Because you deserve to, and it's the truth. It's not being a braggart. It's being present and enjoying the journey, your process. Love and light, Zach. You are on the right path. Okay, they made cards about it. Pile number 2. I'm so serious. I don't know if you guys can see that tonight, but really tiny writing, I know. May not be super obvious, I know, but you're right on the right path. Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. Okay, fear not. All right. If you are fearing, and you know what, I have to tell myself this, you guys, right? Like, I literally am like, okay, so I know I am a lover way more than I'm a fighter, right? I love love. Like, I love love so much, right? So if I get to the point where it's like, okay, if I'm being honest, in this moment, I'm fearing that maybe, I don't have a lover. Maybe God forgot to make a lover for me. Maybe there's no other lover that has the same quality of love that, I definitely am deserving to receive because I'm deserving of reciprocity, right? Then I have to be mindful. Oh, no, wait a minute here. Oh, hold on, because so you mean the divinity in all its glory is incapable in some measure and form? That doesn't sound logical, does it? Even for the supernatural, even for the magical, does that sound logical? Right? So you have to really nip it in the bud, you guys. At its root, when you identify it's a fear, you can identify it just the same. You can let it go. You can push it out. You can recondition that thought, that mindset, that trigger response. Try again. I get it, but it's doable and you can. Okay. Didn't say it was easy. Didn't say it was overnight. Damn sure worthy of you experiencing that. Oh yeah, every time. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't lie there. No. So your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with, whatever that means. Some of you aren't even here for love, and it's like, okay, cool. Still, hi vibe tribe, welcome. Hey, hi. Love to have you on the live streams in case you didn't notice. Makes sense. All right. So there's that, you guys. But keep going. Giving up and falling prey to the negative stinking thinking, the negative Nelson illusions is not on the menu. Okay. Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have, right? So that's like the epitome of saying, you know what, I'm really not officially on vacation unless and until I've reached out or reached and touched down on beach such and such. It's like, are you kidding me? So you're just not enjoying the airplane over there? Like you're not enjoying like I don't know, like driving down highway such and such on the way to get to that, right? When there's all these cool shops to stop and get trinkets from along the way to the destination. Like, what the heck, man? Like, you would be lopping off at least, a good quarter of vacation vibes if you told yourself we can't really get on vacation until we're done with all the travel involved to then get like specifically on that dot on the map. That's kind of weird, dude. Like, fix it. You know what I mean? And so, same deal about anything else you got going on in life. And same deal about when you do hit that destination, when you do meet that goal, you better darn sure celebrate, even if no one else has it in them. They can't even fake it just to pretend like they're happy long enough for you, right? To pretend, celebrate even. Okay, cool. But you better always and always know how to celebrate you. Okay, because you deserve that from you. You can't wait for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to get how awesome you are, to be all like, my gosh, I had no idea. You know how many people don't even realize, they don't even care to know what you've overcome this week alone, let alone in your life? They can't get it, honey. Why would you wait for them? Divine's waiting on you to get it. See how badass you are. See how amazing you are. See how you should have been on the live last Thursday, even last April for some of you. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense. Okay? Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Your mind is either the epitome of success or self sabotage. However, you use it is however you choose. Okay. And I know, I get it. There's medical diagnoses. I get it. There is such a thing as psychoses. I get that as well. I'm not unmindful. However, if you're here understanding the words, okay, I believe in you to get this to the point where there are more times in the day and night than not where you can make the choice to choose, where you can maybe even tell yourself, you know what? I don't necessarily know a reason right now, but I know I'm worthy and deserving of smiling. So I just will go on ahead and will smile, right? You smile long enough, 30 days even, not even, okay? You're going to have a lot more to smile about than what you first kind of forced onto your face in the first place. So serious. Keep going. Keep believing. I believe in you. And anyone who knows me through this channel or anywhere else, I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's whoopity whoop. Okay? So serious. Messenger or not, I ain't doing it. Okay? Dating and the distorted feminine is coming out here. So whether you are simply and solely, I say that tongue in cheek, feminine energy here, and or you also coincide with currently operating a meat vessel of the same variety here, there is some distortion, there is some illusion that is getting in the way of your dating life. Okay, and this may be, a situation where the symptoms look like I'm either underarching or overarching. I'm either heavily accepting crumbs and acting like I should really kind of take a steak knife and a fork to them, knowing darn well there ain't no steak, no meat, not even a bone here, right? Or, right, you got the whole steak in the platter, and you're telling yourself, I'm just gonna have a little sliver of this, I'm just gonna give it 4 days, I'm just gonna give it 4 months. Maybe there's some significance to fours here. Healing, that's for sure. And part and parcel of that healing could also be referable to your sexual expression. Okay, 33 is coming out on this card. I cannot show, I can show her. And you know who else is definitely the alchemist? That bad AF, bad type of alchemist, Yeshua. Okay. When you do your research, you're going to know he was doing that, wand and all. Okay. And, it just is what it is. It's funny, I say wand, and that maybe made it sound like there was some sexual connotation to that. No, not that time. But anywho, okay. So face this, go within, fix it, because this distortion need not be anywhere near your feminine or your femininity. Okay. And have faith. This is literally a master number of angelic code 22. Definitely highly significant. Look up those angel numbers, would ya? They really help round out the messages. I'm so serious, collective. Okay. And have faith, pretty self-explanatory, but also have love, hold that love light for yourselves firstly. Okay, also don't allow yourself to even be perceived from an internal perspective as separate and apart from divinity. Okay, I don't know if you're still working out some aspect of religious templating here. Okay, but keep going, keep studying to show yourself approved, but beyond what they kept you allowing to have access in-house. Okay, ask Holy Spirit, no worries, you can ask Holy Spirit the way you always would. Okay, and Holy Spirit's going to tell you, maybe not the way that you've always known some of the puzzle pieces, but you can trust your intuition. You can always trust Holy Spirit. Okay, so always invite Holy Spirit into your work, your studies, okay, your prayer and meditation sessions, of course, of course. So interesting on this love card, that Legacy Wealth 28 that we were talking about. So you could also be resonating with pile number 1 here, pile number 2. But from the tarot, we have the Moon card leading to the Strength card, leading to the Ten of Wands, to that beautiful divine breakthrough assistant type of Ace of Wands here. And so really on the other side of you, kind of doing this shadow work, doing this transmutation, this alchemy, all right, facing fears, facing facts, and you too, you know, no longer procrastinating if that was you, right? Well, bam, divine meets you more than where halfway is for you, and you do see some beautiful beautification in your path up ahead, to include your love life. Okay, and some of you are going, what love life? Exactly, you're gonna know on the other side of you doing your part. Okay, it's coming. So serious. So that's what I have for pile number 2. And you guys bear with me. I'm just going to take one small break. I'm going to be right back. You guys, I'm still here. Please get your questions into the chat box below if you've yet to do so. I'll be right with you, I promise. All right. Are we? I hope I didn't mess up some of the settings. I don't know. I got a weird notification. Okay, so let me see. I don't see any questions, so I guess all right. I'm just gonna wait because I hope I didn't screw up something on the Fiona, can you tell? Okay, let me see here. In seconds, lives left. In seconds, lives lost. Oh, what's open light? I'm not sure what you guys are referencing, but yeah. Maybe I'll just go into pile number 3 and bang it out and see if we have some at the end. Because I don't want to like interrupt what you guys got going on either. Okay, here we go. So pile number 3 is at 5720, right? Okay. I need you guys to know I am not intentionally trying to be offensive, and I'm so sorry. Sometimes I'll giggle in like some of the most inopportune times, and it seems like they're planned, right? So, heads up, I feel giggly about this one, and it's not to be mean. It's just, it's kind of funny, and it's kind of cute, right? And, um, also, I never thought in a million years I have to deliver a message like this, which probably says more about me than you guys, so no worries, right? And I promise, like, I'm not here to judge, only love and light. Like, I wouldn't want the karma. Okay, so just go on ahead and just forgive your girl I almost said for lying, for laughing, for lying. I'm not lying, is what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's that. I promise. All right. So, Sky, I see maybe not much happening until maybe the month of October. And the reason why I say that is the first card to come out is the Five of Wands, which means no. The second card is the Hermit card, which means no. And the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. Okay, which does give a yes. Okay, even though that's very burdensome, but it does give me the 10th month of the year, which would be October. Okay. Any kind of delay is a protection at this point. It's giving probably literally a situation of the lesser of two evils up until a time where it doesn't have to be that type of choice. And that's the best way I can say that, especially off of like a yes, no on a live, if that makes sense. Okay. So, um, all right, hold on one second because I don't want to get these in the way. There's like a lot of stalling energy. All right. Um, okay, so okay. If you guys have questions, I don't know what's going on tonight. If the box is really lagged, because I'm like, I already kind of started into pile number 3, but then I thought maybe the box was lagged because Sky put her question in there, but now I see Fiona and I'm like, Fiona's a mod. So now I'm like, wait, is the box really lagged? Because I don't want to do it if it's lagged. Maybe I should hop off. I hope I didn't hit the wrong thing. Because I got a weird notification as well. But I do see Sky saying thank you. So I think she got her message. I'll go ahead and answer this, Fiona. But then we're going to wait until the bell rings again. Because I don't want to keep starting the channeling, if that makes sense. So we have a yes, Fiona. Okay, and it also came out with another yes. So that's and your intuition is trustworthy. Okay, so that's what we have there, Fiona. All right, so now I'm gonna get into pile number 3, you guys. If I didn't already before, we'll just say the time is an hour 40. So there's no audio now. Great. Is there audio now? Okay, so Sky seems like she can hear me, but Fiona is saying she can't hear me. So, okay. All right, Fiona, maybe hop off if you can't hear me and come back on. I'm not exactly sure, but sometimes that works if you just hop off, and because it'd be easier for you to do it than me, babe, if that makes sense. All right, so hopefully we're just gonna ride this out. I'm just gonna get. So Fiona, other people are saying they can hear. So hop off and then come back, honey, is what I'm saying, because other people can hear me. So I don't, you know, I'm not sure what. Sky, you're saying you can still hear me, right, babe? Eat me, are you here? Can you hear me? Anybody? So close, you guys. Ugh. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm just going to keep going and hopefully you guys, I don't know, no one else is saying anything. All right. Thank you, Sky. Okay. So here's the sitch. Pile number 3. You are dating. Okay. And yes, hi, Eat Me. I was just asking if you can hear me. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Thank you. You can hear me. Okay, great. Okay, now I feel okay. Thank you. So, pile number 3. Here's the sitch. Okay. You are already dating. Okay, that's great, Fiona. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know. Um, and this person, whether guy, girl, what have you, checks all your boxes, right? Except for has like this major thing about them. So like when I went over this pile originally in the intro, I mentioned like Seinfeld, like that episode. I know it's an old show, you guys might not even get the reference, but like I know Fiona does. Um, but there was an episode where it's like Jerry was like, I can't get over her man hands. Like she's just got these big hands. Otherwise, like she's compatible and she's great. Blah 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 blah. Like I've seen it also like in other movies, which I think it was called Booty Call. I'm not sure. Where it's like, ew, like she looked good except for her toes, man. Like I pulled the sheets up and like I can't, right, kind of thing. It's like other than that the girl's gorgeous, right? Like other than that the guy is just like right, like, and it's like, so this card specifically mentions like bad breath, so that could be the thing, but like it doesn't have to be. Like there's just something where it's like, gosh, I almost feel like I'm being shallow about this, but at the same time can't get around it, kind of thing. It's like, okay, hey, It happens. They made TV shows and movies about it, right? Okay, so you're not the only one. But let's just talk here because this is also kind of getting serious, even though I look like it's the best dad joke that you've heard all week or something, right? But that's just because I know I know what's coming out. I'm also reading the energy and I'm like, y'all are just on one over this. Like, and it's like you know it too. Like you're like almost miffed at yourselves, like, gosh, why do I have to be like this? But at the same time, cannot get around it, right? And it kind of goes back to I think what I was trying to explain, maybe in artfully referable to I believe pile number 2, where it's like the divine will use your money and your heart space to get your attention, right? So enter this kind of not only connection but class, if you will, right? um so there could be some sort of vitamin deficiency if this is actually connecting to this person's breath, as to why that they have that, and or maybe some like even medical condition. I do see that in the cards, long story short, if this person were to gain clarity about it, or maybe even more aptly stated, clarity about your awareness of it. Okay, so maybe it's like even like an issue where like they thought, if this isn't something physical in the sense of like the way that it's shaped or prevent or presenting, if it's like an odor, right? um Anywhere, okay. Maybe this person could be aware of it, right, but not aware that you're aware of it, and then on the other side of you being aware of it, maybe they would try a little bit harder or try something different, okay, than what is already not working, right? Like, so you know how like some people, you go to certain people's homes, you're like, oh, it smells like, fill in the blank here, right? And it's like they're used to it, they don't, you know what I mean? So it could even be like something about that about themselves. It's like, oh gosh, that's just my natural scent kind of thing. And it's like, oh, that ain't it, honey. Like, we got to fix this. And, long story short, right? But Spirit's saying, like, do this with love, though, because this person actually does love you. And this person actually could even be your counterpart. If not a counterpart, a high level hierarchy soulmate. And I want to laugh right here, you guys, because I'm just not unmindful of the fact that the divine is the ultimate strategist. So I go, of course, like, of course, this is a high level soulmate and or your twin flame. And I'm literally looking at the King and Queen of Cups. And I'm just like, it's, you gotta laugh. Like, it's kind of giving, this reminds me of like that character that Cedric the Entertainer played whenever he cameoed on Two Broke Girls, and he was just like, he was playing this really bad stand-up comedian wannabe type of figure, right? And he was always like, he would say like whatever he thought was a joke, and then he'd be like, you gotta laugh, just because he was laughing kind of. But it's funny to me because it's like, okay, so here you are dealing basically in some way, shape, form, or measure. And I really need you to know, even if you don't buy into the twin flame thing, oh, don't worry, Spirit got some other cards for you. Okay, just saying. Where you are dealing with you on this. So definitely want to infuse love. Be mindful of who and what you think. Excuse me, I said who. Be mindful of how and what you think about this person, because connecting back to you as well as divinity. And this ain't no understatement, okay? Literally coming out as yin and yang here, okay? As well as compatibility. All right, I'm not done, okay? You're coming out as soul, family, and tribe, starseed collective, okay? Cut from the same cloth, some might say. And you both are here with great purpose, divine great purpose, and are in the phoenix rising from the ashes stages. Can't get around it. All right. So, you are being asked to assist yourselves here with getting over the hump. If this is something about aesthetic, you got to infuse love into the situation. It's like, okay, well, my ideal person doesn't necessarily have this type of body habitus or stature or personal affect or same type of dad jokes or something. I don't know why the dad jokes is wanting to come through. Maybe somebody is your ultimate paramour here, and you're like, what do you mean they have children? Like, I don't want kids. Kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, that's, yep, you're gonna get over that, you're gonna get over that, okay? But speak your truth with passion. Maybe you do need a break, okay? Cool, but don't just take your break while you leave them hanging, trying to figure out if you're even on a break or if you just broke camp, kind of thing, right? That's not cool. You don't like it when that happens to you, right? So don't be that one. All right. There's something about maybe even writing your own past wrongs that have been committed against you through this person. Like, don't turn around and do what's been done unto you, knowing damn well what's been done unto you was crap, not worthy of your own existence and effort, not worthy even writing down or even trying to remember. So why would you infuse that into your now situation and or your future situation? Because here's the sitch: whatever you infuse into the now situation with this person, most assuredly goes into your future situation. Ooh, divine soul contract, right? Yeah, gotta love it. You gotta laugh, right? Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. There could be some significance to the beach, right? Maybe you need to just go have a retreat. Maybe you need to just go cleanse in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. No, let me stop. To overcome, you first have to climb. Okay, is coming out for you, as well as there is much more to you than you think. There is much more to you than you think. All right. So again, connecting back to you and the divinity that backs you, as well as this person and the divinity that backs you, which is also you. See how that's, whether you want to tag it as anything or not, this is the energy, okay? And this is really coming out to show what actually is actively being co-created in this new earth energy. All right, it's almost giving 1 plus 1 make 2.0, right? The next leveling up, okay? The yin to the yang actually in full swing, in full force, okay? No longer separation of king and queen of cups, but instead one, the star, the galactic starseed, okay? And you guys are here to do great works together. So you are to take a risk and figure this out with this person, okay? May not be an overnight situation, but this person is worthy of you putting forth efforts, okay? Maybe you got to brainstorm, maybe you got to do research, okay? If you don't do this, the tower will hit, and it's going to be one where you won't like so much, you know? Whatever you feel and or fear that you don't like so much about things already, it could feel and be worse, okay? That's not a doom and gloom. It's just I'm the messenger, and like here's the card that said about that. And so like, you just want to choose wisely here, and just you just want to kind of choose this connection just so that you next level your life, and you get to experience all the good and the mercy and the grace that the divine have to afford unto you and this connection, okay, not apart from this person. All right, you have the power to make yourself better here. So interesting, because we're still talking about the singular, but really are we? Because we talked about how you got to this one. All right, share the gift coming out. All right, really making that make sense. And you are your purpose. So you guys are heavily connected. All right, now even if you don't want to say like, okay, that's not, it's definitely not my twin. I don't believe in twins. Okay, with the 6 of coins. All right, hold on. And the 6 of cups coming out here. 6 could be of some significance as well. Really giving high level hierarchy, soulmate. So whichever your pleasure. Okay. And really, you don't even have to say soulmate. You could refract it back to that galactic starseed energy. See how it's all connected. Okay. And so this is why this person does tick a lot of your boxes, because y'all been at this 2, 3, 4 times or more. Okay. And what you love about this person is they do allow for you to grow. Okay. They don't stifle your growth, and they do celebrate your wins. They do not hinder you from, you're not expected to hide your wins or much of anything around this person. Okay. This person is a gift to you and your path, and they, right? So please don't self sabotage by being stuck in your mental about this. Just because somebody has some breath to be dealt with, it can be dealt with. Okay. Just because somebody has some funky toenails, okay, they can be antifungal and stuff, right? Stranger things have happened, you guys, and really, what of it to have to go through a couple hoops here. When you are here to learn and grow your soul, and at your soul contract, you're contracted to do just that. And even more specifically, contracted to do just that with this person. Okay, so really, you got to be mindful of it. You don't want the tower to hit, all right, to the point where it's like you're in some sort of remorse. Okay, get into the flow state so that the yin and yang can have the right and proper effect, not only on you, not only on this person, but on this connection. Okay, so that's what I have. And lastly, for the collective, you guys, we made it through all three piles pretty swiftly, just over an hour. Yay, right? And last call for not alcohol, but definitely for that bell to ring, you guys. If you do have a question that you are still eligible to put in the box, of course, of course, according to the live stream rules, if that makes sense. All right. Please do so now because it's the last call. So Zach, I need a yes no, babe. I'm so sorry for your circumstances here. But you know what? Um, I'm a firm believer that you can talk to those people just the same as you would, energetically. How many times were you guys in the store or maybe, out in public and you just gave that look and it's like they knew or you knew like, yeah, we should get going soon, or okay, maybe let's see what's on up ahead over this way, kind of thing. That's part and parcel of the telepathy that still exists for you very much today, in spite of the meat suit, not necessarily sticking around, right? Energy doesn't die. Okay, so please, if nothing else, take solace in that. But I do need everyone to adhere to the live stream rules for the free yes no tarot. There's that. But again, much love and light to you and your family. My goodness, I wouldn't wish that kind of stuff on my worst enemy. Let's see here. Eat me. Okay. Ooh. Ew. Choked you to death in like a fun way, or that's a yes. With a very conflictive type of energy. So I don't think God's given the fun way. Just saying, eat me. So ugh. Don't be around that energy like that. Mm-mm. You got better stuff to do. You got better stuff to do. Eat me. Okay. Like get your wish fulfillment. Not worry about what nightmares could have happened or could be the case. Nightmares aren't in the timeline or the menu for you. Okay, eat me. So be mindful. Well, it was a yes, eat me, so it came out again. Yes. I don't know. So whether you like that or you don't, that's what I got. Okay, let's see here. Witnessing the accident. Okay, let me see here. One moment. Well, you got the strength card here, babe. Zach, this is for you. Um, strength and healing. It's interesting. The three of pentacles leading to the ace of swords. We don't have all the answers, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh yeah, like you were supposed to see all of that and that was great and that was part of what was written in the stars. No, right? For me, I instantly got the word solace, okay, as far as like any kind of lesson. Like really it would have just been, if anything, this is a very morbid way to think of this. I get it. This is what I'm getting through the channeling, is like some sort of like grace filled experience for you, even though it's like, who the hell wants to see that or sign up to see that, let alone see it and experience it as it's literally happening. But at the same time, there's some solace you're supposed to take in that, in the sense of like, that like, could you imagine if like somebody just had to come to you and be like, so and so and so and so were unalived, and you're like, what? I just saw them. Like, what are you talking about? I just was on the phone I 15 minutes ago was just on the phone with them. What are you talking about? And they're like, sorry, but you can't see them and they're not coming back. And it's like, like you got to take your solace in the sense of like, okay, I know exactly what happened. Not that that seems like a pleasant experience, and please, I'm not trying to sound or seem or even be insensitive towards this. I'm actually getting upset myself because I'm reading the energy, if that makes sense. Long story short, that's me trying to explain the inexplicable, I guess. But I digress. So it's like you kind of have to take solace in the knowledge of what you do possess, because not everybody has that. Maybe some people would look to you and be like, you're lucky because alls I knew, I didn't even get to say goodbye. And then the body was so mangled, I couldn't even, you know what I mean? So it's like, I guess, worse things, even for really horrific, treacherous, events, there always could be some aspect of it being worse, right? And I feel like simultaneously that's not something so easily understood, even in, especially in the moments. This might be something that you need to take time, about understanding how to even take solace in that, because it seems like a tall order, if I do say so myself, not me projecting onto you that, oh my gosh, you can't do it or something, but it almost seems unfair, right? Like, it's like, okay, was that necessary for you to actually, but maybe it was. Maybe there is some aspect of necessity to it, even beyond death, which is necessary. And that's, you know what, I'm not going to lie to you, that's one of the lessons that I don't favor about this life, that death is necessary. However, we love to talk about rebirth, right? Yeah, well, you don't get the rebirth without the death. You know, I do know how you could take solace about this, though. And I do very much personally understand this as well. Once people that know and love you are on the other side of the veil, as it were, they're no longer tethered to the body and the circumstances that the body were in, especially environmentally, financially, etc. So on the other side, they can assist you. Maybe there is some necessity to that because you need a certain type of assistance. And this is not making it your fault. This is instead making it kind of like, wow, like you're really loved and supported, not just abandoned or like a loser of some sort, not just, grieving, not just in loss. Because I tell you what, on the other side of them really kind of realizing, remembering, perhaps even, which is not even the tall order that it is to remember while you're on this side of the veil, right? Please don't worry. But once they get a little acclimated, there's some things that happen, right? Once they get a little acclimated, they're very much able to assist you beyond what you've ever known them to even try, let alone be able to assist you before that fated event. Okay, so it seems like the more that you ruminate on it, the more possibility that you could more easily down the line look at this fated event. I keep wanting to say that, so it must be some sort of divine timing to that, which sounds really morbid as well. Huh. Is that the case of divine? As I look at the spirit of truth, or the sword of truth. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. There's that fatedness, right? And I'm looking at the Five of Cups and the Page of Swords. Loss, grief, despair, delayed messages, need patience. It's almost like on the other side of them having their, life review, as it were, right? They're part and parcel of a very, very dynamic aspect of your support system, all right, which does come in to assist you and does produce some sort of celebratory as well as collaborative type of effort and energy. So it's giving, when you look at this, which this is the fated event though, and I'm not trying to make light of anything. If anything, I'm trying to guide you to the light that exists in this, to be clear. All right. So this is the fated event, right? Unalived cycle closing, perhaps, right? Into what next cycle, and see how when you look at it, sometimes when you take, some of the emotionality out of it and you kind of I don't really have a better word for this, so forgive me if this is offensive, I don't mean it to be, dumb it down to like what it really is, then you can save yourself some aspects of the grief that was never meant for you to kind of like grab onto and sit for longer than you have to. And I'm not saying it like, oh, don't grieve, I'm just saying, be mindful that the goal is not for you to grieve like from now and forevermore, okay? Because from now and forevermore, you are not alone. They are with you ultimately. I have to say ultimately because for right now, there is some things going on in spirit. They're getting reacclimated, life review, etc. But they're very much having access and will have access to you. So please don't stop communication, if that makes sense, and ask for confirmation from them, as well as from, however you subscribe here, God, Goddess, Source, okay, as to confirmation of, what you've heard even here tonight, as well as going into the future, what you're looking for confirmation regarding, maybe it's next steps or feelings, so, but that's what I have for you, honey bun. Much love and light. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's what we have for Zach. And let's see here. I think we got everybody. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely going to take time, Zach, just to be clear. Like, I definitely agree. Um, but maybe even some sound healing would help as well. And do what you gotta. Write it out, talk it out, okay? But don't harbor it, if that makes sense. You're not here for that, okay? You're very much here to feel, okay, and process. Very much just the same here, to not give up, though, right? Like, this shouldn't ever be a situation where you go, okay, so everyone else left, because they're not even gone, if that makes sense, okay? Because as far as you're concerned, spirit to spirit, they've got access, okay? So the vine didn't cut anything off there, and rightfully so. They assist you, okay? They mean you well, right? And so don't start thinking like you're separate for some sort of karmic reason, because that's not the case, babe. And if anything, maybe they're teaching you just that so that you can assist somebody else. Who knows? There's purpose in it all. I do know that much, okay? In spite of any kind of lacking clarity, that is the case. Okay, much love and light to you. um so you guys, reduces the chance of getting G2. Oh, oh, I see, Amy. Um, Thank you guys so much for helping each other on here. I really appreciate you guys. Love lighting one another. That does my heart good to no end. Like, I really mean that. Um, like, if I had my way and it was a cross between, am I just the only one on here talking to you guys, or are you guys only talking to each other? I would prefer you guys even just only talk to each other, because you guys do a world of good when you do that. And I'm so appreciative of you guys. I'm gonna cry. I literally have the best collective, hands down. Thank you so much for being amazing. And thank you for not giving up. Okay, I know each and every one of us know what that means every time I say it. And you guys, I hope I'm not triggering anyone every time I do say that, but I do like to talk about it a lot, because we win each and every time we don't give up. And I think that's kind of what I meant by some of the things that were stated earlier in the session tonight about celebrating your win. It's like, some of you, depending on who I'm speaking to right now, and I'm not here projecting, but I am reading the energy, and it's like, some of you 15 minutes, 17 minutes ago, you were really actively trying not to give up. Others of you, it was 7 days ago. Others of you, it was 2 hours ago, right? And all I'm saying is thank you, but also simultaneously celebrate that win, you guys, right? Because even just from one moment to the next where you go, no, I'm still here. I'm still here, right? That is a win. That's a major win. I need you to know, many of you, you're not really realizing this maybe, but each and every time you do that, you guys, the spirit realm is just roaring, not laughing at you, no, celebrating you. Now, why would that be? Because you're pretty freaking amazing. And the divine is not only rooting for you, but counting on you. It's how amazing and how capable you are, you guys. Divinity backs you. How could you lose? How could you go wrong? Right? So please don't fall for the hype now, babe. You're you're already actively well underway at getting all you came here for and more. I have to say and more because the divine always shows up and shows out, especially for my collective. All right, you guys, we're going to be talking about that soon. I think I want to create a forum every now and again where we can just kind of share, like, the ways that we are amazing and the ways that we haven't given up and the ways that we are winning. Because you know what? It's not talked about enough because a lot of people are haters and they don't want to talk about winners winning when they're not included. Make sense? So that leaves the job up to us to talk about, right? And unapologetically. So I might be doing a poll in the near future on this, you guys, but really now's the time to kind of settle into the forefront, that forward focus, all right? And you keep that momentum by honoring the wins that you've already had under your belt, okay? And knowing at the same time, if you've won once, you'll win again, right? Just the same as if the divine has created a miracle for you in your life once, of course it'll happen again and again and again. All right. So please, like the card stated earlier in one of these piles, gosh, they're all swimming now in my memory here, but I know the card said this much. It said that angelic code 22, which is a master angel number, and it also said have faith. So if nothing else, I leave you with that. I love you guys so much. I missed you. Thank you for being here with me and hanging out with your girl. And thank you for assisting getting those watch hours up. You guys, we're so close, so close, so close. I can taste it. So serious. All right. So thank you. I'm excited. I know you're excited too. And I look forward very much so to the next live stream, which is right around the corner. I promise. Now, what I would love for us all to do is go manifest a bit and then rest a lot. Okay. The reason why I say that is, you guys, 10 minutes before you know you're going to pass out, you really want to put yourself in that mental state where you have delusioned yourself as if you've projected into the next day already. And you look around and you smell around and you feel around and you go, I'm amazing. This is amazing. Everything's amazing. I'm making money, right? I don't even have to blood, sweat, and tear over it. Everybody just gives me whatever I'm looking for, and they too are blessed, right? It's not even selfish. It's like a win-win, win-win-win. Everybody's blessed. Everybody's winning, right? And then just pass out knowing that that's exactly what you've ordered up from the divine universe, and you can expectantly receive that tomorrow. So that way, tomorrow morning, you're apt to wake up, not only wake up grateful, but put a smile on that beautiful face of yours. All right? You deserve it. It feels good when you do. I don't know if you noticed. You should do it more. I'm just saying. It's need some serotonin. Go ahead and smile. You don't need to look for a reason. Smile long enough, you'll get one. They've done scientific studies about it. Just saying. Much love and light.